Okay, welcome to part 4 of Garp's Marine Battleship by LEGO One Piece. This is set number 75646, contains 1,705 pieces, retails for $179.99. That was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. And yes, well, we're getting somewhere. It doesn't look like anything that I've seen before. But I can tell you right now, I'm reading off the box. I can use that wig right there. That's almost similar to what I had back in high school. Well, I got a long ways away from that. And so far, we haven't had any problems with things falling off the set. Some of these pieces are just tacked in with one stud, so they're kind of hard to line up. Build quality, I'd say, is pretty good. Haven't had anything fall apart. My build experience is just meh. It's just an average set I'm building. I don't feel anything special about it. This one doesn't look fun. Okay. Score on this right now, and I hate to say it, gulp, it's still at a 10. Even if I'm not interested in the set, we haven't experienced anything falling off. It's playable inside. The build quality is decent. You get minifigures, you have accessories, stickers are down to a minimum. Nothing scratched. I have to give it a 10. Even if I don't hate the set, I just don't like it. I still have to be honest with the scores. All right, so I'm not lying there. Because sets like that pinball machine should have got a 10. No, they got a 4.5. So in this installment, and today's the 15th of August, 2026, we're going to be focusing on bags 7 and 8, which is going to finish up building guide number 1. What I'm hoping is that this is split in half, or it's going to be a collaborative build. I'm hoping, because it'd be good if you could build with a partner with this one. I don't know yet. I just don't know. So yeah, we're going to be focusing on bags 7 and 8 today. We still got those goofy chains. We don't need you anymore because you're not going to be part of this shot here. And somebody asked, how do I do this stuff? I buy these plastic shoebox containers, and I just put the parts in here that I've just got done with. Keep it all grouped together. So that's how I do that. But before we begin, these videos are just for fun. This is not my day job. So don't take these seriously. They're not to be considered or construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for the final write-up. All the commentary and words are spoken by myself. LEGO doesn't hand me a script. I just say what's on my mind. Okay, so that just... LEGO's very nice about that. They don't... The only thing we have to say is that these were provided by the LEGO Group for review. So this is technically not my set until I'm done. Okay, so LEGO's just loaning me this set until I'm finished with the build. And finally, don't re-upload my content to other social media. That's just not cool. If you have a suggestion, let me know and I'll put it somewhere. All right? You just have to just speak up and say, Jay, you know, I've been thinking, why don't you put it here? And I'll look into it. All right? I may, but always ask first. It's going to probably be a no, but it's just keep it fair. Okay. Bag 7 it is. Let's build it. And so it begins. Well, at least each bag has been about 20 minutes. That's not bad. And we got to put together I was going to say a word, but that would be kind of inappropriate here. But looks like she's dressed up more or less. Well, I could use that outfit for, you know, Miss All Sunday. Miss All Sunday. I guess I could say the word. A pimp outfit. I wouldn't have dressed like that, but... So, yeah. I'll be snagging those. I'll be snagging that torso there. That'd be good for like a Lego city, like in a back alley somewhere. Because, yeah, the torso could be used for both. The reason why I'm seeing the white and the purple, and that's what I'm kind of focused on, like, oh, that'd be good for a pimp outfit. I'll have to do that. I don't know. Oh, she's got two heads. Or two sides. Okay. And then we need to find the legs. I mean, the print work on the torsos is really good. Yeah, maybe you really couldn't use this for an outfit. But it does come with another printed piece that she's holding. Oh, the hat's cool. I thought the hat was separate. Oh, that's not fair. I could have used that. Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Now we got to find that. Like it's a printed tile. Not in my hands. Oh, there it is. And we got another one of these in here. The thing about these Let's Build It's is I can show you as we're building. Where the reviews, I just kind of breeze through them. And some have said, well, Jay, why don't you take your time on the reviews? Because I think reviews should not be lengthy unless you're doing a complete walkthrough. Like this is essentially how I'm going to be doing reviews in the future, just a build. Because this is part of the play. You know. And yeah. Okay, we're back to that big thing over there, and it looks like we're going to do what we did in the last installment. We're going to be doing a lot of mirrors here. You don't have to do them. I'm doing it just for brevitivity, so we're not here for 6 million hours trying to build this set here. So this one here is going to be step from 148. The other one's going to be its mirror, so we're going to focus on that. And I'll tell you, Lego is starting to get addicted to these 1x5 plates. I'm seeing them like they're in a bunch of sets. Now we just got to get them to make 1x7s. We'll be cool with that one. Yeah, I just need one of those white cowboy hats and some purple, and I can make our own figure to throw in the back alley with the gold chains and the gold teeth. I thought there was a 1x3 plate. Oh, there it is. Let's see here. I might be able to squeeze out another installment after this one. After that, I can't film anymore. My cards are full. I do need some of these in white or tan for a project. Do I have them? Yes. They do make 2x8 variants of these, which I'd like to find. Would be a lot better. I don't have them. Maybe one day we'll get them. Yeah, I want to know your opinions on this set. What do you think about it? I mean, when I heard about One Piece and it's going to be the live action, you're just like, oh, I don't know about that. And then when you get this, you're just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Now, working on it, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm not too much into this at all. I need a bunch of these in different colors, not gray, but at least I have it. You'll need a bunch of those in different colors for a future project too. Why am I saying all that in here? Because 99% of my subs on my main channel are not interested in builds. So they'll be like, well, Jay, you didn't tell me about all the cool stuff you were building. I'm sorry. It's on the second channel. I don't want to watch the reviews. No, I mean, I can't help you there, you know? I can't. All right. So we're going to make 2 of these here. Or 1 for each side. Always read ahead in your books and not put the studs in the wrong studs there. Always read ahead. Then you can go through it quicker. Jay, don't keep secrets from me. I'm sorry, I have to. It makes it fun. I got to keep the secrets when I do tutorials. You know. I've had some tell me these are boring. Well, it depends on the set. I don't want to be called a pompous, huh? Since somebody called me that. Kid better be lucky I was in a good mood. Oh, man. I don't act like I know everything. I just know what I know, and this is not making it any easier for me, is it? It's not even a fun one to build. Must be the diamonds from Minecraft. So this goes like that, and like that. And then these go... Huh? Well, you know why? I need that one. There we go. Getting confused here with my mirrors. There we go. That's why some like this style of channel here. Oh, well, that's kind of a problem there. How'd that happen? Did I mess up? No, I just didn't put it in the right spot. My bad. It's supposed to be in there where it goes in that notch. There we go. And then now we take these and put them on the sides of the boat or the ship or the yacht. Maybe this is Garp's yacht, we don't know. It's a very ugly yacht. Just going to put my fingers behind here and just kind of slowly pinch that in. And I'm going to do this side while we're here, because I'm already here and I've got it done. So we're going to shove that in there. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look really good here in the front. It's got a nice point to it. We're done with that. Not too bad. Okay, you guessed it. More mirrors. All right, so we're going to do that here. There's a mission going on in Pokemon right now, and I want to play that, but I don't want to. It's in the 90s right now. Just go out in my yard and catch things, but I really want to film, because I don't have a lot of time to film on the weekdays. So I try to get as much in as I can on the weekends. I got about 26, 27, maybe 28 sets left to film. They're all big, and I'm just trying to keep up on these sets, because okay, that doesn't go there. It can go, it can get out of control real fast. And that's one thing you're thinking of if you get into this ambassador thing. It can get a little out of control if you're not careful, especially when you're doing stuff like this that you just don't want to build. You're like, oh, I think I have like 10 sets that I have to do that I just did not want. I've already gotten like, I think this is like the second or third one I just did not want to build. So yeah, may have a marathon of sets that I don't want to build. And let's see here. So now we got to get some slopes here. Well, one way to do it is by sticking those in there until we find the right ones here. We'll just randomly drop them in. This would be good rock pieces. Okay, and then we add slopes on top of, or plate slopes, wedge plates. There we go. Let's get it right. Eventually, there. Okay, so that's the one we're focusing on now. Shows that it's done. Now we bring the boat back over here, and this one goes right here. Okay. Same thing with this one here. It goes here. Okay. Not too bad. And then step 165 does this side here. Looks exactly the same, just mirrored. Okay, we're done with that. And then step 174 does this piece here. We're done with that. See? Mirrors help out. And it looks like we're going to be focused on this piece here. Okay, now for the front. Well, let's just build it here. Okay. Yeah, if you're looking for some with a lot of color, I apologize. This one does not have it. The next set, I'll have to look on my list, has a lot of color in it. But this one here, not so much. I kind of wish they would do it like the Pikachu one and just sneak the bright colors in here. You know, because this one's just kind of, you know. Oh, you'll need a few of these in orange. Hold on, this type of piece. You'll need a couple of those in orange, so start finding those. Okay, after that, we need some palisade bricks. Log bricks. They look like logs. Well, we sure get a lot of these in modern sets lately. Those are really nice to have. And after that, we take an ingot. Ingots are always something I kind of hoard up too. I wish Lego would make a 1x1 ingot to be cool, because those make good brick patterns. Will they ever do it? It's hard to say. They've been releasing a bunch of cool parts. They might do it one day. Like, these are perfect for rocks here. You can tell I like nature, outdoor stuff versus building stuff like this. Now, Lego, you got to snuck some pink or some bright blue in there. I think I got spoiled with the Pikachu set, where that thing, if you looked at it, just didn't look all colorful until you built it. And it was like all those bright colors inside were just kind of hidden in there. This bag's taken a long time. There's two different sizes. All right. And then this goes like that. Whew. Okay, I managed to survive that. No, don't you roll off. These are a nice piece to have too. Okay. And goes on that now. Okay, so this looks like it rests right in there. Is that the front hood? I doubt that's going to open up. All right, let's see here. Okay, it's right up against that edge there. So this does not open up. This is just for decoration. I mean, it looks seamless, huh? Maybe a little bit of a gap up here, but still, that's not too bad. All right, now I need a couple of these in brown. Parabolic ring. I don't know if that's what they're called now. Probably a 2x2 round plate with 8 sticks. Now I got to find some of this. It's all boring gray, black. This is, I mean, you know, I'm starting to get bored. Let's bring this in for you here. You know, it's doing my vegetables. I already did my tutorials. Tutorials are hard to film. Okay? They're harder than this. Here I'm just copying a picture. This is more like a time waster. And we got to make a bunch of little things here. So this bag is probably this bag here was hiding a bunch because of the little pieces. Like, there's just a bunch in here. You got to make a bunch of these, and then you have to stick them one like that. So we got to make 7 more of them. I'm just going to make them real quick here. It'd be nice if this was the animated series. You know, Lego, instead of working with Netflix, you should work with me and we can make some good tutorials or builds. I get those comments on my channel. Wish Lego made stuff like this. Yeah, me too. That's why I have to make it. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Let me zoom this out a little bit here. And after this, I gotta fire up the barbecuer, the Barbie. Fire that thing up, get some steak and fish put on the grill. It's gonna take a while to cook. Of course, if it was last week, we were like 115, 120 degrees, or about 40 something Celsius. Yeah, not too fun out here, but it was. You get a chance to use the pool. Pool that I have to fix. That pool is older than I am, and I really need to go in and have it redone. But having a pool redone now is literally thousands of dollars, and it's not a do-it-yourself, or I can't do it. Okay, then that fits on it. That's the hood ornament, huh? Goes right here. Okay, which way did the hands go? Okay, they face on the downside. But that's not going to fit on there. Did I forget something? I bet I did. No, I didn't. The palisade bricks stick up. But this thing here is bumping into this. Is that not supposed to be up that high? It is supposed to be up that high. Am I doing something wrong, or am I just being a bonehead here? Maybe I just need to force it down in there. There we go. But it's barely on there. I got to pull it up closer to me. I'm sorry, but I have to see it too. You're really going to have to force it down in there. Just be very careful. These are actually supposed to stick straight out. Yeah. I mean, does it matter how perfect it is? No, because it's going to be parted out when I'm done. But oh, no. We're not done with this bag yet. And we may as well have 20 million little bags. And look at all those small pieces. We still got more stuff to put together. This one here is just dragging out. It's all boring colors, and now I got to do that. Yeah. Remember that shark ship from the, was it the Lego Dream shark ship? Remember how miserable that one was to put together? Yeah, this one's, like I said, a step or two up from that, but still, I just don't want to, I don't want to deal with it. Unfortunately, I have to. Yeah, I've been hearing about all these earthquakes going on in the world right now. It's like crazy. And we're supposed to be the earthquake place out here. And I mean, we'll get our 5s and 6s out here, which rattle things up, but nothing bad happens out here. It's just kind of boring. Out here, building standards are so strict. And like our houses out here are sitting on over 2 feet of concrete. We're talking about 2 feet thick. Houses are not out here not built very well for tornadoes or hurricanes, but earthquakes, just the way they're anchored down. And then this thing here goes on this. So that's how houses out here are kind of built. They're built not to fall apart. Okay, I'm going to put it like that so you can see what I'm doing. No, get back up there. It's bad enough I got to put this miserable thing together. All right, let me make sure here. Okay. Okay, and then we take our celery sticks and you stick them in here. Oh, is this the Flintstones car with the bone on it? No. You know what this could be? Ivory. That could be the oh, you know, you've seen some cars that have like the Cadillacs, the older ones with the horns in the front. I've only seen one of those in my life. They look cool, but would I drive that? No. Not at all. Oh, wait a minute. I almost messed up. Okay. Hold on. You got to put your chains in there. That means now I'm going to be here for probably until 30 minutes. I can't wait to get this done. You got to put your chains in here. Now this is getting boring. I don't want to do it. When you make a mistake, you might be paying the price because you don't want to rip something apart and you're going to have to spend 20 minutes trying to make a correction. Make sure that your padlock part or your little eyelet is going down. That would make it a little better here. And this thing here wants to move around real bad. And yeah. Kind of want to throw this thing up against the wall and see its durability. That takes care of that, but we're still not even close to being finished yet. We still got more to add to it, which is another part to this. We're almost here for 30 minutes, and we're just working on just this little section here. Yeah, this might be an hour-long installment. I may not be able to get to the next portion of it. We still got bag number 8. Oh man, this is the Shark Ship 2.0. When I do the review on it, I will be honest. I'll be like, hey, I was not interested in it at all. I mean, I got 2 tutorials that I want to work on right now. But what am I doing? This. Ugh. Alright. Better be careful, someone's going to think I'm complaining too much. We have a lot of little pieces, but that stuff is common. I think that's it here. And then this here... okay, you face it like this, and you slide that in. It doesn't show you. Yeah, and I gotta go get some more parts because it's requiring me to get, well, I guess we're getting ready to put sails on it now. But right now, that's what we have remaining there for bag 7. Yeah, it's almost 30 minutes. Alright, we're going to wrap up this miserable thing with bag 8. And while I'm unbagging this, I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. It's always a big help. And in addition to that, thank you everyone for taking a look at my Rebrickable profile and downloading building guides. Well, it doesn't look too bad. We don't have a lot of parts in there, but this is what I'm worried about. This is full. And if you like my crude humor, my sour attitude on these sets, you're in the right place. So feel free to subscribe, drop a comment, all that stuff. Oh yeah, look at all that little stuff. We'll be here for another 25-30 minutes. Now, in addition, you are going to need that there too. Now, my calligraphy is not that great. I believe that is C. But this, It could be Army or Lords. Maybe Army might be a little more suited for that. But I know that's C. Of course, that's HQ. So C Army Headquarters. Sea Lords. Sea Army. Doesn't sound too exciting, does it? Yeah. Calligraphy. I haven't studied Japanese in a long time, so I don't know. I forgot a lot. That's why I guess that's why I watch the animations. I'm like, oh, I know all this stuff. I've seen it before. Now, are we going to be doing mirrors on this, or no? No, we are not. So we got lucky. We don't have to do a mirror this time. Okay, that's what we're going to be focusing on. Calligraphy or glyphography? I think it's calligraphy. If you're Japanese, let me know if I said all that right. Sea Army. That one, when I was doing the thing, I'm like, I can't really read out what this was. The first one I knew was C. Could be Sea Lords or Sea Army. Gee, where did you learn all that at? In college. Had to take a foreign language. English, they don't count. I took Spanish. That wasn't too bad. Then French. And then I did, because you had to take 2 years. Foreign languages. So I thought, well, I'll just take Japanese. It looks like we're studying pictures. That's why I did it. Oh, man. Calligraphy. I think they even have competitions for kids to write calligraphy too. Could I write all that? No. I mean, I've tried to write it, and I could try writing in Japanese, but it'd be very you wouldn't be able to read it anyways. My handwriting is so bad. So I don't want to insult the language by that, so I won't do it. Yeah, let's get this going here. We got a ladder here. What? Huh? That's not fitting in there. Oh, yes, it does. Alright. Yeah, I may have to pinch in here. I don't know why they did that. I would have just had that removed. Because trying to press that on there without it sagging like that, see that? That's very bad. Let's take that out. Kind of mush that down. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better putting that in like that. No, they didn't tell us to do that. They tell us to do it like that. But yeah, I just want to get this one done here so I can move on today. I don't know if I'm going to do the next section. I don't know yet. Oh, wait a minute. I messed up. I really messed up here. Let's peel all that off. Okay, let's let it disintegrate. I forgot that ladder's supposed to be here. There we go. And then we'll put this other thing here. Yeah, you could tell I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't care too much about this. Oh, there's a ladder on the other side. Okay. And we tile the rest of it in. Sea Army. Sea Lords. That's why in college they try to teach you to be well-rounded students so you can remember all this stuff. I thought I would never use Japanese in anything modern, like, because I don't live in Japan. That looks okay. That rest in there. I think. There we go. Okay. But you may want to wiggle this a little bit further apart. That just pops out. So it just rests on top of the shark's teeth here. So just set that in there. That's not too bad. So you got a nice little thing to pull off. That's really cool. We got that out of the way. Okay, now it looks like we're building part of the mast. But yeah, I only took a semester of it, and there. That class It was a challenge, but I was interested in the language and stuff. We also had to learn about the history of Japan and stuff like that too. So it kind of it made it hard, especially when you have a learning disability. Oh man, learning a new language is really brutal. You know, really brutal. So if you got a learning disability and you're trying to learn a new language, well, you're going to have a lot of fun, but if you work, it depends. If you're in junior high, they usually will work with you. When you're in high school, it gets a little tougher. They'll still work with you. In college, you just have to talk to your professor and just say, hey, I'm interested in the language, but it just takes me a long time to comprehend. And they'll work with you. It just depends if your teacher's nice or not. They can tell if you're really interested in a language. It was just the culture and stuff was different than here in the States. It was something different. Talking with pictures. But it was very interesting nonetheless. And then this here, okay, it goes, let me zoom this out. It goes right inside there. You know what I'm going to do? Let me raise this up because it looks like we're going to be focusing more working in here. But yeah, learning a new language doesn't matter what you could even be learning English and it could still be hard. Okay, we want that facing forward. Yeah, it plugs right in there, huh? All right, that takes care of that. But no, we got more Mast to do. So some people have asked me, well, how do you know all this stuff? Like, yeah, I just went through college and just learned this stuff. That's why college is important. That's why I was trying to really hope my nephew would get into college, because it could be a good benefit. And a lot of this stuff I thought I would never use. Like Japanese. What am I doing? I'm watching anime, right? And it's like, I like having the dub version. I don't like subs. And they talk way too fast for my brain to comprehend, but sometimes they'll have it to where they're texting on their phones and it's not translated. I have to pause the video and I'm like, okay, meet me at restaurant 1500 hours or something like that, you know. And I'm like, okay, that's what they're asking for. It's very primitive, and you start hooking onto words. And you got to think of it as like a 3-year-old watching cartoons. So watching cartoons, you can also get a little gist of what they're trying to say. And I'm going to keep the round and squared sides here the same here too. So that's, why am I putting that there? But that's how I learned some of the language. So if I ever went to Japan, me trying to speak it, it'd take me a long time to really sound it out, but I can hold my own. I'm sure they would be like, oh, okay, well, at least you're making an attempt. And that's what it is. And then we got to stick this guy onto that with these tips here lining up with each other. So we can put our Sea Army sail on there, although the calligraphy looks a lot better than that. And oh, no, I got to get up off my rear. I got to get more of these. Before I do, let's see, how many of these do we need here? I bet I'm going to need 4 of them. All right. Yep, let me go get those real quick. I need 4 of those. So you're going to need your bag here with these. And we're going to need just 4 of them. So yeah, plus also in my field of work, when you're working with software, you need to know another language. That's how I know all this stuff too. So we're going to make 2 of these. They're going to be mirrored. So let's just let's start preparing now here. So yeah, if you're wanting to learn a new language, now with YouTube, you can do it. The only problem with learning it on YouTube is you're not going to get that instructor helping you out the whole time. So There's a buddy of mine, he lives in Mexico, and he learned most of the English language by watching the cartoons. He speaks pretty good Western English for being in Mexico. So, you know, that kind of thing. And out here, you know, they, when we were kids, they didn't really do that. The only place that you could learn a foreign language when I was a kid was Sesame Street. That was it. If you watch Sesame Street, they would teach you Spanish, they teach you French, they teach you Japanese. They would teach you a little bit of it. And they could literally do that with animations too. Animations. They literally could do that. But I'm watching cartoons to be entertained, not learn. But yeah, that's how you learn. You sound out the words. You go very slow. It's like building Lego. All it is going to be practice. You're going to have to practice a lot. The hand, the bars looks like it's going to be parallel with the horizon here. Well, with my table. And we're just going to do that. And you got to stick this guy in here. So that's how you learn a new language. Just take your time. I'm not an expert on it, but that's how I learned. Just talk to your professors if you're in college or if you're in high school. They'll work with you. If they don't, then they're not worth their time. Drop that class if they're not willing to work with you. You know, it's like sign language. I'm trying to find an ASL class, and it's getting to be hard to find one here. Because either they want to charge you a lot of money or you have to enroll in college. And I really don't want to go into college just to go back and learn another language. I want to, but I just don't have time to sit in a classroom. All right. That's the only downside when you're working full time, you're taking care of a family, you just do not have that free time like some of the younger kids do. Okay, so it looks like we are putting this on here. Okay, it just sits in here. And then this goes, you're going to have to rotate this thing here and shove that in there like that. And you're going to have to readjust. These things here are kind of just, they're not going to be straight. Lego shows it straight like this. I doubt that's how mine's going to turn out. Let's try this one here. But yeah, learning a new language is hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Wait a minute, am I putting that in the wrong area? No, that shoves in the back. Boy, this is not going together very well, is it? Boy, look at that. It's like all weird. It's supposed to look like, if I pull these straight down, that's what they're supposed to look like. Unless we have to, okay, rotate that there. I'm going to pull this guy down. Get it right where it looks like that. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's never going to be perfect. See this guy here, I'm going to pull this down. And I'm just going to rotate this. And that's about as best as it's ever going to get. Okay. So we got that out of the way. I was going to get kind of scared on that. It's like, oh no, I'm going to have to deal with that. But I survived. Not too bad. Okay, now it looks like we're adding a crow's nest to the top here. I think that's what they call it. I'm not into boats, so I don't know. It's not like calligraphy. At least I know some of it. Boats? I'm learning as I'm going. Alright, and this sits on the top, right up here. Okay. And then now we're doing the mast here for the front here. So we need to make 4 of these, which is just basically nose cones on some shafts. I keep thinking today is Sunday. It's Saturday. I still got another day to film. I don't know if I'll have that set done or processed by tonight. I'm hoping to have it done. And then after that, we stick some, don't spin around. Stick some of these in here like that. But yeah, sometimes I'm glad I get to share my experiences with you guys and gals. When you go into a foreign language class, it's scary. I'm not going to lie to you. Because the teacher will sometimes come in and start speaking in something you don't even understand. I remember taking a class, a Spanish class, and the teacher we had was actually a 3rd grade teacher from Spain. And he taught us like, okay, say this 5 times. I'm going to show you if you're mispronouncing it. Say it very slow. And you go into college, they were just like, here's this word. Okay, let's say the word bonjour. Okay, they say it one time, they expect us to get it right the first time. That's the only problem about college courses. And I'm just like, you're going to have to slow it down for me. Dummy it down for me, because I can't comprehend that well. That's when I go and talk to the professor after class. I'm like, hey, I want to learn this, but I'm going to have a hard time. And yeah, but they'll work with you. You just got to tell them your situation. Don't let it stop you. It doesn't stop me. It didn't stop me, and I finished school and graduated and was bored out of my mind. Some classes were fun. Language arts was fun, like learning a new language. I think my favorite one was Japanese and then French. Spanish is like, yeah, I use that at work a lot, so it's enough to get me by. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Put that up there like that. We're building a tower, so this camera can only go back so far before we're just way zoomed out here. That's why I can't wait to get this miserable thing done. And then we take our plastic thing. You got to pop this out, which means I'll need that later on. And you just got to pop it out. Okay, so little language class for the day here. And if I'm getting it wrong, let me know. Let's get that out of there real quick. So this one here is C. S-E-A. Sea, like ocean. Water, you know, that big pond out in the world that covers, what, 71% of the earth? That's sea. And this one here, I'm thinking more it's got to be Army. It has to be. Because Lords, that would not make sense. But like I've said, I haven't studied in so long here. All right. I think we're supposed to punch it through the big hole. And I'm just going to start on one end. I hope I'm not doing this wrong. Oh no, I'm doing it on backwards. If I was saying I'm done, I'd be nice, but no, we got to attach the other side to it. I remember these things used to be cloth, but they're not. All right. Whew, got one more corner. All right, there we go. I think it stands for Sea Army. That I know is C. All right, and that's it. We got to move to booklet number 2. I have 45 minutes on this, so no telling how long the next one's going to be. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 8. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. And yeah, you know, it's still not interesting. It's built okay now. This, I'm sure, is probably more to it than this. But this does not look all that appealing. Okay. So, but at least now we have our Sea Army part going. But, oh, we're missing something. I'll guarantee you that this is going to be modular. If it is 2 people, even better. This is going to be a nice, good group build for people who are interested in this. So we'll take Miss whatever her name is, that's wearing the pimp outfit. Put her there. And yeah, it's looking like, I'm going to say it's more exciting than that shark ship we built. That shark ship has been long since parted out. But yeah, we're still missing some. But if it's just 2 pieces, and we can check here real quick. Yeah, look at that. It's sliced in half. I bet you anything. We are going to be, let's see here. We're going to go through real quick here. It's pretty much the same as this part here. And I'm looking at the very back part of it here. It just shows you how to operate the ship, not to launch things in people's eyes. I don't think it is a group build. We'll find out eventually, though. Yeah. Because you put this last piece on here, and then you got other stuff to put on afterwards. We will find out eventually if it is indeed a group build. But tell me what you think of, what is it, Garp's Marine Battleship, or the Sea Army thing. And if you're into Japanese and you understand the calligraphy, let me know if I'm right. That's got to be sea, and that's got to be Army. I'm hoping. But let me know.